Yay! We have fucking audio. There's too much tuna. Misinformation, Chris information all about Chris. He's a really nice guy.
He likes me, therefore I like him. Like him very much. He's an amazing person, handsome devil.
No, let's talk about all the misinformation, the disinformation, the disinformation, all the Chris information. All the information. Like, let's talk about Chris. What's wrong with you? A knife attack is now considered a terror attack. It's a knife. You just slap it out of their hand, really. That's what I picture. If ever like I tried to defend myself with a knife, like specifically or like any weapon really, I just picture me holding it up, the person slapping my hand, and me looking at it and looking back at them. That would be a great moment. Not for me. That would be shitty. What the fuck? What's going on over there? Okay. Oh, is he fall plus plus? Wait, was that you? Hey, I was super confused for a second. Robbie, Robbie, Robbie. Did not just say that.
Obviously, Rihanna.
Nope, of course not. You can't stop the Nazis from going into Jew towns. Yeah, but I'm the whole thing is being sarcastic. On
What the fuck is wrong with your brain? Okay. You. Oh, I am. All good. Bro, measure your- Hang on. Yeah. We're joint. I'm not making rules in this.
No, I don't. I'm thinking it's not a monster. I can't imagine how expensive this spice is in the store.
Anybody looking at your adventure?
Indeed, I don't know them.
Hi, everyone.
Usually, we're like, they always message me something too, or they'll be like, hey, this. I'm like, okay, what's my that? And I'm like, interested in what you're doing.
Is this what you're on? Yeah.
You know what sucks? I used it for gardening against the bees. You have to make sure you tie up the bottom. Because
The bee stuck in that.
you look hilarious when you think that a bee is in there. I really use sure it's you heard a bee like you're trying to get it off. Why? Well, why would you put this in here? No one sees in here. The only reason for shrimp is for the visual aspect of it. I can understand why you pause it. Is it not called? Want to look inside? All right, I'll look inside. What the fuck? What am I saying? What the fuck? It's on like a cool drawstring. Here. Very interesting. Weird, eh?
It's it's
So
it's a lift, so it never stays.
Okay, okay. Hold on. You can't pull it over? Like pull it forward? It's a little thing. You pull off? There's a lot of space up there, eh? Are you guys in bed? Oh my god. Woo. Yeah. Yeah. Thank God. I would have fucking. And you see what kind of screw it is? The worst kind. Oh,
That's
neato. That's a lot of that some rats. Oh, that's a lot. I want to look.
huh?
I want to look at that.
Yeah.
I will. Thank you.
Um, yeah.
No, they put little. My hero.
No, you're actually going to get more.
I don't.
Oh my God.
Well, I can look into it.
I don't know. But I'm fucking stupid. No problem.
So, I don't get it. Why is it like I didn't touch that? No, it's like that. You have to do. Unless you want to get what the? What the fuck is in that? A fucking spider that's fucking rodent, dead rodent. Then yeah, significant.
Nothing really cool at all.
Has entrance to the attic be on the other side? Yeah. That's so funny.
Wait, can't focus. All right. What? What? Hmm. I love that.
This guy started by saying that he wanted to make sure his house was not leaking a bunch of heat. But he said, yes, skylights went in. Yes, they were big thermal holes, but space needs to be a what's the point? It took us many millennia to get out of caves. Kind of dumb to build one on top of your house. That's great. I like that. Because, like, a lot of people have skylights around here, but all I've ever heard from people with skylights is they're a fucking pain in the ass. They leak, you have to clean them, like, apparently they're not worth it. There's no way you're allowed to do that. Sliding glass doors for skylights. Because it's on the roof, nobody sees it. Because it's like he's got two parts of his house, and it's in the back part of his house, so no one sees the roof from the ground. The only time there's no ground is someone's flying over.
This opens up his door?
That's, well, because it took him 17 years. He was just like, oh, I'll fix this within like the next year or whatever. And he's like 17 years later. Because he had to change the shingles. That's probably why they haven't done this roof. And they probably did next door, but that's probably when they started the inside renovations too, because it's not. But this is super not up to fire codes anymore. Like, that insulation is super dangerous. It's supposed to be an air vent. But, like, the thing is so kicked over with fucking shit, like, it's just a pile of shit sitting there that is probably making us not that healthy. Oh! Huh. Huh. Gentle moving. Okay. Oh my god. A scuttle? Interesting. Okay.
Dormers. Hmm. Hmm. What? What? Okay. Why? Okay, let's check this out. So these are called scuttle holes. Scuttlebutt was what came up. Ew, my feet. right.
Can I have a pillow? Maybe. Okay, hey.
Hi. That's hollow. That's hollow.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
No, because if you take that out, you can't do it.
I don't want to do that.
Huh.
We're not gonna take it. I'm gonna shake it anymore.
Oh.
Me and Jack are both doing the same thing.
Yo, that's super cool though. Holy fuck. Oof. Ah. Look at that. They turned it into really, really nice. It's actually really impressive. Oh, cool. It has like different levels. That's neat. Okay, no. It's just right? And even this one, look at the fucking. That's fucking crazy. How they took those and they actually turned them into fucking, what do you call it? I like his fucking mock-ups. His drawings are very like done in like crayon. Like he's really into the ventilation and shit. That's crazy, eh? Well, I'm gonna watch it because I'm really into he's very into the heat and ventilation part. Okay. Fun.
Riddle project.
Strong, independent man.
But I mean, we can build a little stairs that goes.
That's exactly what I was thinking, though. Like it does. Like I don't think it could. I wouldn't want it to be sealed off, but like
That
to
would be
just take it out completely and then have this staircase,
the whole thing would be your.
like a perch.
Oh no.
Yeah, sure.
That's what they keeps the heat in the house.
Yeah, okay.
You can have it for your heart, whatever. And then the front thing, instead of having that little awning,
A window.
a window. You can put a window there. On both sides.
I don't like that guy's face.
Yeah, they're all Japanese. They look like Hogan almost.
They look like really, really bad professors.
Yeah, exactly.
Decent and awesome. You know, it's honestly not that big a deal to go from crappy to decent. I'm gonna show you how. This is a little bit still science training, a little bit rants, so buckle up for that. And then as we go towards the end, I'm gonna show you how to go from a decent attic to a pretty awesome attic.
Yeah.
Again, it's not that heavy of a lift. If you have the knowledge, it is more money, but it's a much, much better awesome. Today's build show all about attics. Let's get going. Okay, y'all got a little presentation on my iPad, which is mainly photos. Let's go into a typical attic. You know, you go through that attic door, whether it's a pull-down stairs door, and what do you find up there in these attics? We find this. This happens to be, I don't know, 60s or 70s house.
That's exactly what I have.
Got the insulation right on top of the wallboard, the sheetrock, whatever your ceiling is. And then fast forward to radiant barrier like you're seeing here in the roof. But it's basically all the same thing. Now, when I started building houses in 1995, this is actually
A year after I was born.
Building back then. I digitized this photo. That's why it's so tiny here. But, you know, this is how I was building, gosh, almost 30 years ago now, 1995, almost 30 years ago.
Yep.
This house, same technology, same attic, same air barrier, which is the ceiling drywall and then blown in, being built miles from my studio here in Austin, Texas. It's crazy to me how we've hardly changed the way we build attics in literally decades. Now check this out. This is a production builder house, and the way that you know this is a vintage attic is see these right here. These are air hawks, is typically what they're referred to as. And there's some type of soffit vent that you really can't see here that's allowing the air to go in here, and then it's exhausting out of that air hawk. So this is a ventilated, meaning it's just like you saw in those photos prior.
I got it.
You got the fluffy stuff up there, and there's some ventilation.
What's wrong with it?
Space.
Wrong with it?
There are companies going for ventilated attics, and that's why they're honestly still really common today. The biggest thing going, of course, well, no, this is the least cost way to build a house. It's also, frankly, a pretty durable way. I mean, if you think about that house with the air hawks here, if water were to leak in that air hawk, or we had a storm, a roof leak happen, as long as it's a small amount of water that gets in, actually that attic can probably dry and not have any problem. The crazy part to me, though, is that we would buy a brand new, awesome car, and yet, what if I had the same exact technology and that car was built the way it was 50 years ago? This is the part that really gets me to go. Just because it still works, does that mean it's the best way? Should we be building that way? Here's actually my old house. This is a 1970s house that I remodeled. Here's what it looked like for many years where I lived in that house. Now you're going to notice in this attic, this is a southern house.
What's going on?
Most of my photos here are going to be Texas.
Oh.
This video is actually a little more interesting to southern U.S. builders because what you're seeing here is there's an attic ductwork,
I almost got it.
AC and heat ducts up in that attic.
I heard
Now,
you're like
below that attic space,
the moment
in
where
the multitude of houses that you and I are seeing, what do we have? We've got all kinds of things. We've got can lights just pockmarked everywhere in the houses.
Woo! Good job.
Registers as well.
Thank you.
Coming from
Oh, awesome.
which is
Hi.
you do like that.
what
I do.
to kind of make that
Indeed, I do.
Did I do that in front of everyone?
What? No.
No, because you didn't see me. Think about it. Clean up now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go get the downstairs broom. Man, this light sucks. Fuck, this light's hot as shit.
Sure out of smoke.
Okay.
Bottom plate of my framing. It may leak in through my windows, and also may leak in around my ductwork. You saw that photo earlier to caulk and seal that space, but a lot of houses don't have that sealed, so it's going in there. There's a bunch of houses that have full house attic fans. Those are crazy leaky. This house is under negative pressure. The HVAC system is in an unconditioned space outside of the
Outside.
What can we do about that?
Why? My
There's
ears.
all kinds of problems we find with ducts that are outside of the conditioned space. Here's just one example. We pulled that register off and look at all the mold growth around it because that register is getting moisture condensation on it because it's a hot space. The other thing we find up in typical attics is this. This is me taking a picture on my phone one day, looking down at my boots like, oh boy, what are those? We all know what we're looking at right here. Some Victor rat traps. And that ductwork is going through this crazy hot space with maybe rats.
Oh, God.
Let's fast forward to this. I bought a house across the street from my current house. This is now 3 years ago, and built a new house over there. But when I was figuring out what shape this 70s house was in,
and the attic fucking we got there, it had a rat trap in the attic. So it was like,
with positive
it was
energy.
buried in the insulation, rat trap, so it's like, I know what's in
So
there.
if you're thinking about selling a house anywhere in or around Montreal, including the
Yeah,
full areas
fucking
on this
dead
map,
body in there.
and you
You
want to
fucking have
ensure
no
that you're
idea.
getting as much for your house as you could and should when you sell, then this message is specifically for you because we'd love to share with you a brand new, better way to sell that's working best right now in today's market. Sellers using this method are getting way better results than those using the old-fashioned traditional method and getting way more money when they sell in a more convenient way. So if you'd like to find out a little bit more about exactly what these sellers are doing so
I did
that
not.
you to get more money more conveniently, we can help you with that by giving you the 3 things that can help you sell for more money right now.
I looked for it.
Located around this
There's
video.
2 holes in the
Maybe below this video.
opposite side.
About the type of
You know how the guy in the corner?
and instantly we'll send you
He's got, like, the 2
version of a
sunroofs?
brand new book that's
Looks like it used to be something similar like that.
These sellers are doing. And when I say we're going to send it to you instantly, I mean you're going to get it within about 5 seconds. That's because we're going to text it to you because your phone is probably in your hand right now or it's right next to you. The second thing that we're going to give you is a home seller's checklist guide, and you'll find this super helpful to organize and streamline your sale. And then the third thing that we're going to give you is a price that you could get for your property if you were to sell using the methods that are described in this book. Because again, remember, these sellers are getting more money. You can get more money too. How much more? Well, we can tell you that. So click that big.
Shut the fuck up! You're a big blue fucking button.
No, we can't send you the.
All right, Sean, how's it look up there, buddy?
It's looking hot at the moment, Matt. I'm looking around at some gray Mylar flex up here.
There's a cut on that cheese box. What's up with that?
Yeah, obviously some previous person came in to inspect it and they didn't seal it back. This is terrible. Duct leakage. Basically, you've got cold air coming out of these unsealed seams, and that's going to cause all sorts of issues. Not to mention, up here right now,
Yes, it is.
80, 90 degree dew points, and all that moisture is going to go straight in here, and then you can get moldy ducts.
Okay, so ridiculously hot, but Sean, in that corner of the cheese box, found it.
Ew.
Why don't you come check this out?
What are you finding, man? That sounds bad.
Not great.
What do you got?
So it looks like some rat droppings and
Gross.
maybe some liquid in there.
Oh,
man,
shit.
The rats are running the ducks, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that duckboard stain in there.
So that's what you're breathing in from your
I
HVAC.
got rats in the ducks, don't I?
Yeah, it looks that way.
Man, I can't salvage these. I gotta rip these out. And here's a photo of that. 70s house, very typical for Texas. At one point, had major rats all over. And that was my experience across the street as well. I got roof rats in, and it was really hard for me to get them out. I did all kinds of solutions to get them out. Here's another
Get a
example
cat.
from my old house as well. It's not just small furry animals, it's big furry animals. I had a family of lemurs get in my attic, and they nested
Lemurs.
my
Wow.
and
In
I made a video about
Texas.
replacing my
Okay.
roof and putting an attic bathroom that I didn't have on a 70s house.
Madagascar,
Check this out. Those
India,
lemurs
and
go
Australia.
and shoot up the ductwork around the AC boot coming into my master bathroom. And I could hear them when I'd get up in the middle of the night
Shut
and go into the bathroom
up.
and chewing. They were smart enough to tear up that duct, and it's a little hard to tell here, but there was a big hole in that duct right here, and they had AC blowing right into their wonderful little nest space.
Are you-
Knew they were used.
They
And that
stole
totally
his
stood
AC.
right.
They chewed a hole in it,
Oh,
so
wow.
all the AC was going into their house.
Oh, wow.
To redo the ducts.
You learned to talk.
What?
Yes.
That's where the plywood would go. So that was not easy. Why are we doing it that way? Let's take a step back and let's look at the science behind how houses are built. There's really three things that houses do for us. They provide structure, right? And most structure in American houses is wood frame. There's some amount of control that house does and the side of the structure. And when we thought about control layers in the past, we're thinking about house wraps, in particular water control. And then on top of that is some type of cladding, the protection function. Really, the cladding's main purpose is just to keep water off the structure and typically UV rays off those control layers.
Wow.
But what are our houses?
That's kinda
control
sad.
beyond just rain? Our houses really block for things
Like-
about house wraps.
He's talking about like what is a house? What are the functions of a house? But like obviously this was, I'm assuming, made before people started realizing there's a housing crisis. This actually kind of applies to what actually like a house is though, like for every human. Support, control, protection.
Yeah.
These are like things that you crucially need to live. Like, if you don't have these things, you're lost. Like, and he's not talking about, like, metaphorically. Which is kind of sad.
Particular water control. And then on top of that is some type of cladding, which serves the protection function. Really, the cladding's main keep water off the structure and typically UV rays off those control layers. But what do our houses need to control beyond just rain? Our houses control air as well. Because remember, anytime air leaks into a house, it's going to have bad things leaking in with it. It's going to have potentially pollen and mold spores and whatever else is in the outdoor.
Oh, okay,
It's also
okay.
going to bring a lot of humidity into our houses. I should have put this slide in, but this morning I was super hot when I got up from my workout this morning. And I took a little photo screenshot of the outdoor air. And check this out. This morning, it was 74 degrees, but it was 92% humidity. The dew point this morning was 72 degrees. So any surface that was 72 degrees would have dew forming on it. Now think about if my house was built a little bit leaky and I had air leaking in under my bottom plates. If I had air leaking around my windows, around my electrical outlets, it's very likely that the drywall in my house would be 72 degrees. That's where I keep my thermostat.
Wow.
I keep it below that often, 71 or so. Which means that hot, humid air hitting that dew point would form condensation. And that's how we get a lot of mold growth on the back of our drywall in our houses, is by that air leaking in. So it's not just rain that needs to be controlled on the outside, it's air. This is the part that's a little bit of an epiphany to me. I was visiting with Steve Basic this week, and Steve said something that I knew already, but the way he said it just really changed my thinking. You know, on typical houses like this one that I showed earlier, the air barrier is right here at the ceiling line. And then everything in the attic we're trying to seal out. What if our air barrier, though, was here and then transferred up to our roof line? We should be stopping the air and the water at that outside furthest envelope of the house. If we did that, we'd be so much better off than using, for instance, the drywall as our air barrier on the inside of our houses. Now, let's move from crappy to decent. We've been doing crappy far too long. In the attic, it's really not that hard. We just need to change one thing. Instead of that insulation going right here at the ceiling line and being in this plane right there, we just need to instead put that insulation, actually let me switch to red here, right here at our roof line. And there's one really and I'm going to show you that in a second, but here's what it does for us. It means that our air conditioning equipment now is within the air conditioned space. And this attic may be slightly hotter because of the stack effect, because heat tends to rise. But in general, over the years that I've been doing conditioned attics now for 15 years, I don't find my attics hotter than maybe 3 up here compared to the rest of the house. Which also means if these ducts are leaking some air here, why do we care? Because it's being leaked into the conditioned space. And I'm not putting my house in a position where the house goes negative.
You're holding your broom and you're supposed to hold your phone. There's garbage right here.
Oh.
No.
That fucking foam that they use to do entire buildings.
Yeah.
It could, because it could have not mixed properly, it could shrink back
Oh wow.
with like the heat or the cold. So like if you're putting it in between something like rafters, it could potentially not actually work because it's just gonna shrink up again.
And you will never know.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's fucking great. I saw this really cool service where the guy that comes into your house and sprays vapor, and then he goes on the outside of your house and looks to see where your house is leaking air.
Oh.
It's actually very cool. Ah! Ah! Okay.
Oh, wow.